A synergist towards solitude. You wish to be great. I hope that you all wish to be great. I hope because truly I believe that you have the potential to be great. However, as many times as we claim this, as many times as we vow to strive for this, as many times as we try to believe in this potential for greatness, many will not truly become great. But nonetheless, I hope. And with even more hope, I hope that you hope to be great. And as we all hope and wish and vow to strive for greatness, I can only impart on you the wisdom I know that will lead to greatness. Wisdom I have truthfully acquired from observation and experience. I am not great, although the misnomer has been attached to my name. However, I, as well as you, hope to be, and with my whole heart and mind, I am confident in a few wise practices that I am here to suggest to you today. I will not say frivolous words, I will not exaggerate, and I will not lead you astray. Drawing upon the most credibility I can muster within your view of me, I ask that you listen very carefully, because what I will say to you is a secret of the greats. Thoreau, Einstein, Jesus, Aristotle, Edison, Gandhi. Must I continue? Please first understand that history is of the most importance. To be great is to look at the greats. And to look at the greats, in our language, is called studying history. History of 50 years ago, when Mr. Martin Luther King Jr. rallied a race of the nation to unity. Or history of over 2,000 years ago, when Aristotle was arrested for impiety. When for Plato and him, it seemed to be as if piety and greatness could not coexist. So when I look upon the greats, study the greats, try to understand their methods, not of what they became great for, but how on earth they became great, I come to a very simplistic similarity. However, even more so today, this similarity poses a great challenge, one that again I hope you all will take in your yearn and desire for greatness. With the utmost confidence, I suggest to you solitude. Solitude. More simplistically, being alone. Although I strain to use the word being alone, for solitude is not merely being alone. Solitude is a comfortable state of usefully enjoying the opportunity, made or given, to be with oneself, and only oneself. Be alone. Be in solitude. Please, with all the passion I can muster, I ask you to be alone. I say be alone presently because at first it is just that. You will feel naked. You will feel slightly empty. You will feel disconnected, small, and raw, yet at the same time overwhelmed and seemingly stretched across the universe. Then, in the midst of feeling so alone that your heart and soul ache for some reassurance of being you, you realize you just are. Have I intrigued you yet? Are you still willing to journey on with me? Have courage, because remember, we hope to be great. Be courageous and be honest. Are you willing to be alone to be great? If you have the potential to be great, which I already have declared you do, then you deserve to be with yourself. Be honest and give yourself that. Be alone without a phone, without music, without a book, not in public, without a computer, or with a friend nearby. Even if that one is silent and respectful. To be alone with these things is a cheat. And not only a cheat, but a rob. The depth that is present while one is truly in solitude is one that is not reached elsewhere. In other words, you have no idea what you are truly missing. You have no idea what you have potentially passed by. You are capable of great things, things discovered only when alone. This universe is one of great community, one of union and participation, one of involvement and help. You build on each other, move with each other and grow with each other to become great. And these things are necessary. To learn and experience and investigate with the minds of others on your tail as well as ahead of you and beside you builds qualities of greatness that are essential. However, as you stepped into college only a few years ago with freedom to decide your time, your education, your relationships, your food, you are again stepping into life with even less structure, with even more freedom to decide the same number of things on an even deeper and more impactful level. So with the opportunity I'm given to impart on you wisdom as you step into this new life, I suggest to you solitude. Choose to spend time alone. Make time to spend alone. And when to be alone, for God's sake, be alone. This simple task will unfortunately take effort. It will take practice, patience, and willpower. You will undoubtedly be persecuted in the most invalid ways, similar to the ridiculous requests of attending to the bathroom with another simply to just attend to the bathroom with another. The portion of time spent in solitude will, and I say this again with utmost confidence, bring you closer to greatness than the lunch date or the video game session or the TV, Facebook, Twitter, Nirvana playlist, or classic book. That is not to say these things are bad. Time spent with others and mindfully engaged in activity involving other things is crucial to greatness. However, like mentioned earlier, this concept has already been ingrained in us and simply shows through our actions and mastery in at least practicing it. But now you know to be alone. You know what being alone is, and you know that it will be hard to be alone. Now I speak to encourage you in this, and to promise again greatness. Thomas Merton, a social activist, poet, and monk, said solitude is a deepening of the present, and unless you look for it in the present, you will never find it. Albert Einstein said, "The monotony and solitude of a quiet life stimulates the creative mind." Martin Buber, a philosopher, said, "Solitude is the place of purification." Alice Kohler, a philosopher and writer, said, "Being solitary is being alone well, being alone luxuriously immersed in doing of your own choice, aware of the fullness of your one presence rather than the absence of others, because solitude is an achievement." Aldous Huxley, a famous British writer, said, "The more powerful and original a mind, the more it will incline towards the religion of solitude." And Arthur Schopenhauer said, "Great men are like eagles, and build their nest on some lofty solitude." Solitude for greatness is a key in the wardrobe door opening to each of our own Narnia. In solitude, enjoying ourselves only in the presence of ourselves opens us up to thoughts, conclusions, ideas that can only run free and open in the space of being alone. Within solitude, we can quiet our minds of all the constant stimulation of this age. Quiet our minds so that we can first rest. Rest is of the utmost importance for the entirety of brain function. Solitude initially or even intermittently might result in thinking about nothing. But this is good. This is rest. Trust me, although the forefront of your mind seems to be quiet, the rest of your thoughts are finally working at a faster, more efficient rate. With rest, our minds can then work more productively, more efficiently, and go farther. We then let our minds, void of any externally forced distractions, think upon itself, ponder in its own midst on what it has taken in bringing forth self-produced ideas, self-produced decisions, self-produced innovations and conclusions and progressive thoughts. The stimulation we receive all around us today bogs our brains full, tells us what to think, tells us how to act, and if we don't listen, it overwhelms our brains so that we have no choice but to intake it and subconsciously wrestle with it from there on out. In solitude, you will finally be able to hear your own thoughts, Discover yourself void of what the media and constant stimulation is telling you. You will determine your own beliefs, values, and actions. You will again be able to hear your heart, and if you are still looking, maybe find what it beats for. In solitude, while being completely and utterly alone, the world will emerge with color before your eyes, and suddenly you will be present, a very unique place to be. This time in solitude that the greats carved out for themselves made surely that they had relished in and cherished above all else was the catalyst in becoming great, and is the key to your greatness. Do you dare to be alone?